really, really appreciate you guys coming out. When I was thinking about planning something for my mom, I knew this is where it needed to be. I know it's hot. I know it's a little bit miserable out here right now. But her favorite thing about her first house in Arizona was that she could look out her window and see the white-tailed mountains. So I knew this is where we needed to be to celebrate her. So it's funny because I know my mom and I always felt like we were close. I always felt like I knew a lot about her. But I feel like as I've been going through her things, I've been learning even more about her as I'm finding all her journals. My mom loved to write. One of her dreams was to become an author. I hope to make that dream come true for her. She's got a lot of really awesome writing. So one of the things that we're going to do kind of throughout today is my cousin and I are going to share some of her poems. I found poem books all the way back to when she was in high school. So we're going to share some of those with you guys. My Uncle George is going to speak for a little bit, and then at the end we'll have a time that anybody else who wants to can come up and talk. So the first poem that I'm going to read from her was written in November 23, and it's called, or November of 73, and it's called Me the Writer. It says, my poems don't always rhyme, my stories aren't always good, but I seem to find joy in those bad poems and stories. So next, Kristen is going to come up and read one of the poems.
This one's from January 6th of 76. It's called Faraway Friends. When I miss a friend who's far away, I think of us together on some past day. A time of silly talk around the candlelight, sharing our secrets on that faraway night. Or when we would study till the books had to go, then we'd forget school to go play in the snow. I think of my friends so far away, then wish them here to share today.
Next is Emily.
So this poem is entitled It's Time. It was written August 18th, 1977. It's time to leave, to pack a suitcase, to drive away and kiss your face. It's time to leave the friends I've made, to keep memories alive, not let them fade.
So I have a lot of papers to shuffle here. Can everybody hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. Okay, how's this? Okay, we'll try to do our best here with what we got. So let me just start by saying Stephanie asked me to do Linda's eulogy. I think eulogies are certainly about celebration of one's life out there. But I also think it's to challenge the living as well. So I sat down to start to write here, and it came and went many times. But first and foremost, it came out, this is, how does one sum up the life of a woman like Linda in just a few minutes? And I really don't think it can be done. I do believe, however, that I'm safe to begin to summarize Linda's life with the following quote, and that is, one life lived and many lives touched. I'll be talking a lot about that today. I saw a plaque once in one of my pastor's offices that said, live life so your preacher doesn't have to lie at your funeral. I think that's another good start for Linda. I apologize for my shaking. It's a neurological thing, so hang in there with me. I think that's another good start with Linda. She wasn't perfect, and none of us are. But I really won't have to lie to them. She was a very, very special person, and her life was very well lived. So Linda Lou Beckett Hall Smith's life was only 65 years old. It's about 65 years long. But in those 65 years, she sure did touch a lot of lives, and your presence here is evidence of that, that's for sure. So thank you for being here to celebrate her life. My name is George Beckett, and I'm Linda's brother, and I have the privilege of knowing her for all of her 65 years. As Christians, we know that this isn't all there is. still, this one has kind of been a hard one, hasn't it? Our sister Kathy was only about 40 years old when she left us, and that was many years ago. But that was a hard one. My sister Mary lived to be about 80 years old, and we lost her just a few years ago. And that was still hard. But as I stand here before you today, there seems something out of balance. As when an older brother is asked to talk about you start to look like me, you begin to think a lot about your own mortality. It's said that we all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize we only really have one. Life humbles you as you age. You realize you've wasted a lot of time. And a lot of young people don't realize that, but as you like to look at me, you start to figure that one out. Not everyone is given the chance to go home. So I challenge you to thank God every single day for the day that you have it. But we should never let our grief allow us to forget the true rest in our Lord's promises. We know death is not the victory, but just an opening of the door to the paradise that the Lord planned for us before the beginning of time. 1 Corinthians 15 tells us, "O death, where is your victory? Death, where is your sting? The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." Amen. We cannot let death have the stings. Yes, there can be sadness for Linda. Each and every day. I know I miss her. But there's still no reason for her to be. No, this is not the reason for Linda or for us. And with that, what I'd like to do today is encourage you all. Linda was the sister, the mother, grandmother, the co-worker, and the teacher that everyone wishes they had. And if we are truthful with ourselves, that we all wish ourselves could actually be. But to me, the most amazing characteristic of Linda was the way she reflected God. She had a deep, unwavering faith in God, trusting in His plan no matter what. I personally believe that everyone on earth is a reflection of God in some way. Because the Bible tells us that we were all created in the image of God. Now, that doesn't mean we're God, certainly. It simply means that when people look at us, they should see the reflection of the one who made us. That's a tall order, a little intimidating, to say the least. And I know I myself am very much convicted on a daily basis about that. And to be sure, sometimes when you look at some people, it's very hard to see that reflection, me included. But for Linda, it was so easy. It was easy for me to see it. There are some things that always come to mind immediately when I would think of Linda, and I think those of you who knew her best will agree. She was courageous and tenacious. Life was not always kind to her. She lost her first child on the day he was born. She was a single mother for far, far too long. She became the primary caregiver of our aged and disabled mother for a very difficult 8 years. And all during that time, she was also raising her children on her own and working full-time. She decided at one point in her life to pack up everything she owned, and as a single mom, moved herself and her family clear across the country, home and from home. Completely different world out here in Arizona. Without the safety net of the close family that she had back in Michigan, very few friends out here. schoolroom was just one of her students. She always got things done. She set a line up to it. She was very good at her job. Her service was constant throughout her entire life. Whether it was to her family, her friends, her students, others always seemed to come first. It's amazing to think all the young minds that Linda had taught over the years, and each and every one of their lives that she touched, changing their lives forever. I dare say there are many, many other students who would look back on their years in school and would say Mrs. Hall was a great teacher. Each and every one of her students meant the world to her. They were all individuals. They weren't just a classroom. Every one of them was important to her. All of this is a reflection of God. As you know, he set out to create this world of ours, and after setting his mind to it, he did it in 6 days. And in fact, the Bible tells us God is always working. Even when we sleep, he is working. For he never sleeps, never slumbers. Linda's work ethic was a reflection of the God who made her. Linda also loved God's created world and all the things in it. Over the years, she traveled across this entire country, visiting places that most people only dream of, all of which were created by God himself. She loved hiking through God's magnificent wilderness,